Hello everyone, I'm Jennifer Mata-McMahon. Welcome to another Chit-Chat Get Ready with me. I just reorganized my vanity and wanted to use it. I'm so excited. I cleaned everything. I took everything out. I cleaned all the containers. I bought new containers. I filmed the new setup, so maybe that's gonna go before this one. I don't know, but you'll be able to see, you know, the new containers and the new setup. But I'm excited to use it up in the way it is now. Let's get into it. Okay, let's get my hair out of the way. I don't know if these are gonna work. Yeah, maybe they will. No. Okay, there. Okay, hair out of the way. Okay, let's start with primer. My face is already prepped. I have toner, moisturizer, SPF, and a little bit of lip balm ready to go. Okay, I wanted to show you what I've been using lately and what I've been enjoying. This was a recommendation, I think it was from Taylor Wynn. She loves this thing and she does so many reviews and tries so many products. So every time she says that something's really good, I trust her. I trust her judgment. So I bought it and it's really good. It's a Revlon Photo Ready Pore Reduction Primer. And it blurs my pores and helps prep my face for a foundation on top of it that is not that matte. But when I'm going to use a full coverage matte foundation, I rather do a luminous primer, which I'm looking for here. Oh, it's not here. Let's see. Where are my primers now? Okay, over here. So I have this one from Smashbox that I use when the foundation on top is going to be a little bit more dry, a little bit more full coverage, a little heavier. This is the Even Skin Tone Photo Finish Smashbox Primer. I use this one, or I use my Becca ones. So I have this one from Becca, and I think this one is called the Backlight Priming Filter. Becca is going out of business, so if you want one of these primers, you gotta get them now. But this one is it leaves my face like the Tin Man. And that, because I put a base on top of it, I wouldn't wear it on its own, but because I put a base on top of it, it's okay. The luminosity comes through, so I like that. So I use either this one, the Backlight one from Becca, or the Even Skin Tone from Smashbox, if the foundation is heavy. If it's not, I've been using this Revlon one to even out my pores. Others that I've used to even out my pores are the e.l.f. Putty Primer. Primer. I don't think I have it because I used it all up, but I also have this one, the Tatcha one. The Tatcha, the Silk Canvas one, which I use a lot to blur pores. What I've found is with primers, for my skin, because I have combo skin, I think that I need to put a pore blurring one in my nose and in this area, like right here under my eyes or right next to my nose, and then a luminous one all over my face, because the rest of my face is normal to dry, whereas this is really oily. So I need like a combination primer, and that doesn't exist. So I combine primers that do what I need them to do. So I think that today I'm going to use the Tatcha and just go in. I'm looking this way because my mirror is right here. And just go in and blur my pores. I have this humongous blemish on my face, which is now just like a spot because the blemish is actually gone, but the mark that it left behind is still there. Okay, and I want to do a little bit of that here. The thing is, when I start with a primer, I kind of want to use it all over the face. And I have to remind myself that it's good for certain areas of the face, but not all of the areas of the face. So that's the issue here. Okay. There, I think that blurred, right? What do we think? They say that less is more. And I truly believe that. But sometimes your face just needs a lot of something for it to work or to show up. Okay. And I'm going to use then the Smashbox one on the... Ooh, okay. I just made a mess. This thing is spit out. What the freak? And I just cleaned my vanity and cleaned up my area, and now this thing is spitting out. Maybe it needs to be shaken. Who knew? Okay. There we go. Okay. It's very liquidy. I don't know if this is the right consistency or it's just that I've had it for too long and now it's kind of liquidy. But you see it has a little bit of a luminosity. It's really silky soft. There we go. And it comes out in this peachy color, but it doesn't transfer to the skin, so you don't necessarily see a peach color on your face. Okay. There, primed. Because I'm going to show you the foundations that I've been using, but and ones that have not been working out for me, and the one that I want to use today, which is not necessarily the ones that I've been using. Okay, so I have been trying out the Purito Sika Clearing BB Cream, but this color is gray. It's gray, and it's, I mean, look at my face. I'm not gray tone. So this on its own is terrible for me in terms of color. So what I did is I bought this e.l.f. Camo Cc Cream in the color light 210N, thinking that it was going to be a neutral color, it was going to be perfect for me. Well, but look at it. Do you see that? Do you see how orange it is in comparison to my skin tone? It's really, really warm. And so what I do is I pair this one that's really gray with this one that's really warm. I mix them up and then I put them on my face, and it's somewhat good. I do that also with the Misha, which is also very gray, but this one, there's more shades to this one, and I think that I could probably find a shade that is more suitable for my skin tone, but I bought the number 21. Stupidly. I should have gotten a different number of a darker shade. I think that even the 23, which is one shade up, would have been good for me. Super gray, but again, if I mix it with the e.l.f. one in 210N, light 210N, which is orange, I get a color that works for my skin. But both with this combination and with this combination, I've noticed that I get little spots on my face, and not in love with that. So I don't know. I'm about to call these guys, all three of these, quits, because on their own they don't work for me in color and shade and tone. I look sick with these two. I look gray and awful, and with this one I look orange and oompa loompa, right? No. So I don't know, but together I feel like I'm getting breakouts. So I got a new Camo Cc Cream, and this one I got in light 240W, which this is supposed to be warm, right? And the 210N is supposed to be neutral. Well, the neutral one is yellow, and the warm one is a little more acceptable to my skin tone. So this one works for me. It's not exactly the same. It's still, I think, a hint yellow undertone for my skin, but it's much closer to my color than the neutral one. So the light 240 warm, or W, is better than the light 210 neutral, which is really, really orange. So I wanted to use, so all of those, I'm having issues with all of those foundations. The ones that I've been using that I have no issues in terms of color is this one. This is the e.l.f. Natural. I have it in the color Natural, I think. This one works for me, and it's the e.l.f. Flawless Finishing Foundation. I have it, I think my shade is Natural, and this shade for me is perfect. But this doesn't cover all that much, and it's not that long lasting. So by the end of the day, it's kind of, all of the foundations by the end of the day have disappeared around my nose, but this one I find that more so. It has kind of, it doesn't really cover a ton. I like it, but it doesn't cover a ton. Another one from e.l.f. that I use and really love is this one. This is turning out to be a foundation review, which was not the point, but I guess because I have this setup now and I see all my products and they have it all together, it's like I want to share the love. This is the Acne Fighting Foundation from e.l.f. and I have it in the color Buff. The color is really good for me as well. It's a little drying though. So this would be one that I could wear with the combo of primers that I have right now because it's a little on the drying side. So I would need that Smashbox primer that it's a little luminous for this to work on me. But the one that I wanted to try today, which is not the one that I've been trying, this is the one that I've been trying that is fantastic. It covers, it's long lasting, the color is perfect for my skin. It's the Pretty Fresh Color Pop Foundation, and I have the color Light 55N as in neutral. My battery is blinking and I will be right back. Okay, battery back. Thankfully I had a replacement one. Okay, so this is the foundation I want to use. This is the Catrice HD Liquid Coverage Foundation. It's a mattifying, really high coverage foundation, and it's long lasting, but it's very thin. It's very liquid. It even comes with a dropper as the applicator, so it's really, really liquidy. And I haven't been using it a lot and thought I want to use something different because I've been using that ColourPop one and the e.l.f. ones that are really good for me, and continue to try the Purito and the e.l.f. and the Misha combination, which I really don't think that this is gonna work for me, but we'll see. I think I'll give it one more go. I've given it a lot of goes already, but you know. So this is how I like to apply my foundation. I like to dot it on my skin and get it in. This is a really, like I said before, a really lightweight foundation, really liquidy. And then go in with a sponge. I've been loving this. This is from Miss A. I think it's AOA, the brand. Really nice sponge. I love them. And they're really, really inexpensive. So I went in and bought, I think 4. 2 big ones and 2 little ones. And I've been using these sponges because my Real Techniques one, the orange one, ripped in the second time I used it. The second time I used it, I think it was, or that I washed it. When I washed it, it just ripped. And I used it again and re-washed it and it ripped again. I like to wash my sponge quite often, like at least once a week or so, because I don't know, a wet sponge, I feel like it attracts much more dust and things that I don't want necessarily on my skin. So I tend to wash them more. So look at that. Really sheer coverage. The color is perfect for me. I have it in, let me see, what color is this? What shade? Sand Beige 030. And it's perfect. Perfect shade. I don't look gray. Like the Purito or the Misha. My gosh, those are like, are you kidding me? And I don't look yellow either. It's a little bit warm. A tad warm. Like if you see my face and my neck is a little pinker than my face. My hands are a little pinker than my face with this foundation on. But it's okay, but it's not terribly yellow. And there you go. Just a couple drops of that served to cover my entire face with this sponge. And I don't look cakey. It didn't cover that purpleness of that zit that you can still see there. But I'm going to put a lot of other products on, so that's fine. We can cover it with concealer. Okay, so that was that HD Liquid Coverage Catrice Cosmetics Foundation. Okay, and then I'm going to go in with the concealer that I've been using is the new e.l.f. concealer. Where is it? Over here. Okay, I've been using these two. This one is from Neutrogena and it has salicylic acid and it's a skin clearing concealer and I use it on top of blemishes. So like that one right there. Just tap it in. Try not to blend it all away. And then I've been going in with this e.l.f. one that's almost, I think I've used it almost up. It's the e.l.f. Flawless Brightening Concealer. I have the shade Light 26N. And they say you're supposed to shake it and then click it and then apply. So it's really light. I typically don't apply this much concealer, but with this particular one I can because it's really light. And if I want good coverage, I kind of need a lot of it. Okay, I'm going in with my little one, my little sponge from Miss A. I think again it's the AOA brand. And I do it all over my eyes, so that means that I can use the concealer and the foundation as my eyelid primer, and I don't need to put eyelid primer on. But I have been using my Urban Decay Primer Potion one, and it's going down. I get excited when products are low because I feel like if I use them every day, I'll use them up, which is a goal. Good. What are we thinking? Complexion looking good? Okay. Now we have to set it. I have to set it. There's people are going crazy with this trend of all cream things, and I still set my face, and I still love powder. I still love my Laura Mercier translucent powder, and I still love my Hourglass powder in diffused light. So I think I'm going to go with this one, with the Hourglass one, to set my under eye, to set my lid, to diffuse my nose, pores. Got a lot there to diffuse. My small tapered brush from e.l.f. is the bomb diggity. Okay, now I don't think I'm going to go with contour. I typically contour a little bit my nose and just right here, and then I go with bronzer. But I'm trying to, I have panned significantly. I'm trying to use up just the little bit that's left. Although I am sick of using this every day because again, I've gotten into the it's like a obligation of using it because I'm almost done with it. And then I have other bronzers that I want to use. And I'm not using them because this one's almost gone. And I feel like I'm obligated. Okay. There we go. Everywhere. Bronzer everywhere. Okay. See? Nothing. It's like I didn't do anything. For highlight, I rediscovered my e.l.f. Pinktastic highlighter from forever ago. I rediscovered it and it's, look how powerful it is. I think it's the only e.l.f. highlighter that I've kept all of these years. I've had and tried many other shades, but just didn't keep them. My hair. I love it when my hair gets in the way. I know people have this tendency now to put highlighter on the tip of their nose. I can't get on board with that. I don't like how it looks on others. I don't like how it looks on me. No. I don't understand. I don't understand why we're doing that. I don't understand it, so I don't do it. Okay, now for blush, let's see. I typically like to do my eyes first and then find a blush that coordinates, right? That goes with it. I want to show you some palettes that I just got. So let's jump into eyes and then we'll go back to the blush. But I got these Juvia's Place small palettes. This is the chocolate palette. This is the taupes palette, and this is the nudes palette. I've been playing with these a lot. I wore this one yet, well, a combination, because if you see them, they don't have all the colors that you need. Like this is the chocolate one. For this one to work for me, I would need a transition color that is lighter than this, or this, you know, and not as yellow, although yesterday I used that as a transition. And I would need a really light shade as a brow bone highlighter that this doesn't bring. But then I can go into other palettes to get that. The nudes one is really light. So some of these shades really don't show up on my eyes. And again, this one is a little too mustardy, a little too yellow for me. And this one doesn't, it's like, it's the same color of my skin, it doesn't show up on me. And this one as well. Like these two are really hard for them to show up. So this is kind of too light for me, but I have used it and I've come up with like really light, cutesy kinds of looks. And then this is the taupe one. This is the one I was the most excited for, and the one actually that works the best for me, because this one and this color, these two are good sort of transition, and then for a little bit of depth in the outer corner, and this one for more depth in the outer corner, although this one is a little too cool tone, so it looks a little bit like it needs a little more color to it. But these two shades and this one, they're really nice. This one actually is very warm for me. It's like a copper and it's a little warm on the eyes, but I like them all. I've used them all, and I think that's the palette that I'm going to use today. So I'm going to go in with this color right here as my transition. put my mirror closer to me. Let me move you a little bit there so I can put my mirror closer to me and it's not in frame. Although I probably should put the mirror over here because I need this light. The light situation in my vanity is not the best because I have the overhead lights in the room. This is my bedroom where I'm right now, and my vanity is in my bedroom. And I have can lights or pot lights in the ceiling. Then I have a vanity, like a desk lamp here, which is the light that I really get, the brightest light I get. And then I have my nightstand lamp over here on as well. So it's also shedding a little bit of light on me, but not a ton. I don't want... Okay, hold that thought. Okay, so I moved my mirror over here. Let's see if how this works. Maybe if I put it here. I'm gonna go in with the same brush and this a little darker color and run it through my crease as well. Okay, so for my brow bone highlight, I'm going to go with my Shade and Light Kat Von D palette because this one is one that I have on my vanity all the time, and I just use it for any shade that is missing in the palettes that I'm using. And so I'm going to go with that one. There's a ton of fallout. You see it? This light is really washing me out. In person, I can see it. Okay, and now with a flat brush, I'm gonna go in with this color, sort of to the half outer part of my lid, and then this color to the half inner part of my lid. See how that looks. I think I'm gonna go with my finger and just grab that color right there. Yeah, so I'm gonna do the same thing with this lighter color. I'm gonna go in with my finger and put it in the inner half of my lid. This one's powerful. Do you see it? I don't know. I think this light is just washing me out. Okay, now that they're placed, I'm going to go in with this and buff the edges a little bit. I think I need a little bit of depth in my eyes. Clean up. Okay, so I need a little more depth. I'm going to put in the eyeliner that I've been using and loving. It's the ColourPop liner in, I don't know if it's brown or if it's it has another name because the writing has rubbed off. But it's a brown color. I'm not sure what it's called. I don't know if this is Bing. I know they had one in brown that was called Bing. Okay, so that'll give me a little bit of depth, but I think I'm going to go in with that darker, this darker matte shade and give myself a little bit of depth in the outer corner. How's that looking? Okay. I think I'm good. I'm not liking, I like how it looks in my light, in my mirror, but I don't like how it looks in the screen, because it looks like I have nothing on. I look washed out. Anyways, one thing about these shades is that I feel like I have glitter all over, so there's a lot of fallout. And even though I take my brush and try to get the glitter out of the way, I think it's there to stay. So there's a lot of glitter fallout. If you don't like glitter fallout, stay away from these shadows. I think that for blush, because we have a bit of a, it's not warm tone, but it's, you know, it's bronzy browns. Luminoso is going to save the day. Luminoso by Milani is one of mine and everybody's favorite blush of all times. I've been trying to push it upwards a bit. The blush placement. I still do the apples, but the apples and up. Okay, how are we looking? Completely washed out. It's like I didn't put anything on. Let's see. Okay, so now we do brows, mascara, and lips, and we're done. For brows, I had been using the Anastasia Beverly Hills Brow Wiz. I used the shade medium brown, I think it is, but I used it all up. And so I'm going back to my e.l.f. Instant Lift Brow Pencil. I have the shape Taupe, I believe. Yep, Taupe, which is a little bit warm for me, a little bit light for me, but it works. I've been having issues with this brow. The shape of it is just not quite right. I wish it was like this. So it was straight up here and then down. But right now, it's kind of curved. Somewhat. Somewhat. See, it's a little bit warm, but it works. And then I'll put a little bit of this. I've had this forever. I'm almost done with this. This is the L'Oreal Brow Stylist Boost and Set. I don't know if this has a shade. It's the brown one. I wish they were straighter, but they're not. At least this one isn't. For mascara, I've been using this telescopic L'Oreal mascara. I have it in the shade Blackest Black, and it's good. It has one of those rubber wands, but it's a really skinny wand. There you go. See? And it allows me to get really close to the root because it's so skinny. But I like the natural bristles ones better. But it's a good mascara and it gives length and volume. So, see? There. With and without. You can definitely see a difference. But the It Cosmetics Superhero, that's my favorite. I always mess up a little bit, especially on this side right here. So I go in with my e.l.f. cleaning pen. I never know what this is called. I don't think they make this anymore. I am really upset that they don't make this anymore because I use this every day. And this is my last one. I used to buy several and have them as backups. This is my last one. For lips, I'm going to use this Essence Stay 8-Hour Lip Liner. It's supposed to be a waterproof lip liner, and the color, because duh, #1, is fantastic. I love it. I don't know if it's waterproof because obviously, well, I guess it is waterproof because I drink and it doesn't come off, and I only when I go in and really with a facial cleanser go in and remove my makeup does it come off. Other than that, it stays put. It lasts all day, and this color in particular is wonderful for me. So I like to go in, not only line my lips, but go in and fill them in as well, so that I can use that as a lip color. And since this one lasts so long, it's perfect to do that with. I'm just gonna put a lip gloss on top and call it a day. I'm gonna wear this NYX Butter Gloss in Praline. I haven't worn this in a long time. I figured since I'm using all these products that I've been using on a daily basis recently, I figured I'll use one that I haven't used in a long time. There we go. Done. I'm gonna take these things off. I'm not gonna put, I've been going in with setting spray, and I've been using my Morphe, that continuous spray one. It's really good. I'm almost done with it. So I'm like using it to see if I finish it. I have my old nighter and I have my Scandinavia one as well, but I want to finish that one. So this is it. These are products that I've been using lately, except for the foundation and that NYX lip gloss that I haven't used in a while. They're all tried and true. And the new to me Juvia's Place eyeshadows. My hair, I just washed my hair this morning, so it's so soft. It just like moves, it doesn't stay. Thank you for spending your time with me, and I will see you again soon. Bye.